Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. Let me move my mic into place. If anyone is here, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. I feel like I'm saying that a lot lately, but life's just been busy recently. Been very busy lately. I've been working on stuff for my second channel, stuff like that. I had to go to court yesterday as a witness. It wasn't really long at all. It wasn't bad. It was only like 5 minutes or whatever. Like the guy pretty much just like pleaded guilty. Because if he didn't, he was gonna get held in contempt. Because he was just being just like, kind of just being like a degenerate. Not gonna lie to you, he was just being the worst. What's going on, Arachnid? What's going on, my friend? I have a video I'm working on right now. It's the title update video. I'm a few days late on it, but again, it's just been crazy busy. So I should be having that out either tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Because it's so late, it probably won't do too well, but it's fine. Not a big deal at all. Yeah, like, I think I talked about it before on the stream. Now that it's all like settled or whatever, I don't think there's like any recourse if I talk about it. So, with my previous job, I used to work in a pharmacy. It was a CVS, and then I was there for like 4 years before I ended up quitting, and I'm doing what I'm doing now. But at one point, roughly, it was like the day before Thanksgiving. It was right before we closed, so at like 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. kind of thing. A guy in the drive-thru ends up getting rear-ended by another truck, and pretty much what happens is that the assailant, the guy who rear-ended the victim, ends up like coming out, kind of starts beating on him, kind of thing, and just kind of going ballistic. I, being the dumbass that I was, I'm not gonna lie, I jumped out the pharmacy window, to try to help out. It took like a lot of effort, not gonna lie. It's pretty tall up. It's like 4 or 5 feet off the ground. And I have like a little stool kind of thing, so eventually I'm able to just go through it. Kind of separate them, kind of thing. My coworker records like the guy like driving away recklessly. He ends up like smashing into a sign, stuff like that. So it wasn't like anything crazy. Like I'm not like Jason Bourne or something, just like beating up people. But like it was two older men. And I'm pretty like fit. Like I'm not like Sam Solik, but I'm also not like fat or anything. I'm decently sized. So pretty much that happened. I had to talk to the cops afterwards. And then if we just had court like 5 months later on April 7th. And yeah, like guy just incriminated himself pretty much. He was just being just kind of just rude to the cop, rude to the judge, mean mugging everybody, just being kind of the worst. And then like the judge was like, hey, I'm gonna hold you in contempt, stuff like that. Like the victim got his statement out, and that was pretty much it. And then the guy, whenever they were gonna get like cross-examined, didn't even ask a question. He was just making statements and just being just irrational. So it was kind of over just like that. Well, I appreciate it, but it's also a thing where this is America, so I could have been sued, or like I could have been shot, you know. So it's maybe like if I'm older, I probably won't do that, but because I'm like young, like I don't have kids or anything. I live with my parents still. I don't really have all that much to lose right now. But it is reckless. It was very reckless. But I appreciate it, Rakton. It could have gone down really bad, potentially. But it didn't. I pretty much rolled a nat 20 on that one. And then, so yeah, my court date was like for 1:30. I got there like 30 minutes early. Just because I wanted to be, like, I don't know, just be there on time and stuff like that. Never been to court before, and so I wanted it to like look good to like the judge in the courthouse. It was really small. The courthouse was. It looked almost like a doctor's office, but then like the actual courtroom itself is, I mean, it's a courtroom. It's just like kind of small. But yeah, that's pretty much how that went. It was pretty nice. I got to leave work early, and then I kind of just went home afterwards. So that was pretty chill. But yeah, now that's finally out of my life. That's been like a consistent for like a while. What's good, random name? We're just talking about how it's been lately. Just been busy with like work and stuff. I had to go to court yesterday. Kind of just like talking about what happened with that. Don't worry, I was just a witness. I didn't get any charges or anything. I was just a witness in the situation. But the reason we are here today, actually, let me leave this. And so, I decided I want to challenge myself. If I claim that I'm a veteran, I'm able to do all this stuff with Monster Hunter, I should, in theory, be able to play the game completely differently and still be somewhat okay. And so today, we are playing Monster Hunter Wilds as if it's Monster Hunter World, which means no sacred, no slinger for the most part, no focus mode, none of that. We're just playing just off rip, and we'll see how far we can get. If I end up like carting all the time and just dying and stuff, or if it just ends up being boring, I won't make it like a full-blown video. But figured, we'll see how far we can get with it, see what happens, stuff like that. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of today's story. So just for now, I'm just gonna go choose a random preset. You know what? Yeah, let's be a girl. That's fine. That, then preset, boom. Should we name our girl? You know what? I've been reading a lot of DC comics lately, like the Absolute Universe. Yeah, it's good. That's what I'm thinking. It might be really boring potentially, but we'll see. But I've been reading a lot of DC stuff in the Absolute Universe, like Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern just started, and then Martian Manhunter. I'm just gonna choose like Diana. I like Diana, and then let's just call like our palico like Clark or whatever, Clark Kent. I don't want to display any. Choose off. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And would say like an hour in, or whatever, ends up becoming really boring. I'm not really getting anywhere. I'll just switch back to regular. Then I'll just play with the gang, kind of thing, you know. But I at least want to try it. I'm trying to still carve out my niche when it comes to the whole like YouTube thing. Like now that the game is out, I can't really theory craft as much as I used to be able to, and so that's kind of why I've just been a little bit less active. But we'll see what happens.
Your reputation precedes you, Hunter.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go, and then we can get started.
I really like the Absolute comics. They're really nice. They you can kind of tell why certain crowds aren't really jiving with it, because it is very political. Like it does follow a lot of today's issues that we deal with, and a lot of talking points in today's like society and stuff. And so, kind of how you fall on like certain issues, like billionaires and like wealth distribute. I know the word in my head, I just can't say it. My stupid stutter. Distribution, yeah, like wealth distribution, stuff like that. That really do kind of shape how you kind of view that comic, at least with Batman and like with Superman. But I think it's a good read. I think anybody should read it. I would personally check out the Comic Storian channel. They're the goats. They've been in there for like years and years and years. Yeah, just check that stuff out whenever you have the time. Like a cool like 5-10 minute video for each video. I think that is a thing to a certain extent. Where I know like certain attacks can now come off your save. Like, I know I saw a clip on Reddit earlier today on like the Moss Hunter subreddit where someone was fighting Zoshia and ended up being knocked off. Sacred and dying from that. So I think that's kind of what that is. And I've had a few times where monsters have knocked me down, but nothing like crazy, you know. I can't say that I haven't carded anymore. That's not true. But I don't really card all that much anymore. The last time I carded was Tempered Mitsune, which is gonna be in my video I released. But Tempered Mitsune is just crazy tough, bro. It just has a lot of health and it just moves a lot. But it's a fun fight. I'm not like complaining, being like, oh my god, Mitsune, so hot. You should just nerf it. That's just dumb. Not realistic at all. But yeah, while we kind of wait for this to kind of get set up, how have you guys been? What's going on with you? Yeah, I really like the Absolute series. I like it a lot. Like I was somewhat of a fan of New 52 and like Injustice and stuff, but for whatever reason, this whole just kind of new like line of comics really clicks with me. I don't really have the bread like that to buy physical comics, but once I do, I'm gonna buy those just to, you know, support the artist or whatever. I think I've heard of Primal War. I think I have. I haven't read it, but I have heard of it. Alright.
Oh, that's right. Have you...
Okay. Appreciate it, Alma.
If you answer... How would you describe...
Ah, man, I don't want to have like a whole questionnaire.
And
Alright. Whatever.
if often...
I'll pick out weapon for myself. There we go. Let's see. I don't really do a lot of dual blades. Like, with like my main playthrough, I just got done completing all the switch axes, all the charge blades, all the long swords. And so, I have 3 out of 14 weapons completed, with like every single one. So I have every single one of those weapons. And so now I'm doing sword and shield, great sword. I'm almost done with great sword. Then like hammer and stuff. So we're slowly but steadily getting there. But I never really touch dual blades or anything.
Did you hear that? Down there.
Okay, let's get that going. Where's that? It's like X. We gotta talk about that game. No, sorry, no focus mode. No focus mode. I'm just used to that. I just gotta play it straight laced like it's World. It is kind of unfortunate though. Certain fights really do need to have focus mode. Like Arc Beld, Real, pretty much any of the Apexes. But for the most part, we should be okay. Yeah, what do you guys think of Mitsuzune? I mean, yeah, it's a standard Mitsuzune fight for the most part, until like the second half where it goes all like Sans Undertale with like the whole like Soul Seer stuff. But like, you know, I'm like impartial to that. I'm neither like for or against that. I'm just someone who likes to have more monsters just generally. So if I could have, in theoretically, both Mitsuzune and Tempered, and Soul Seer, I don't want to have both. But I can see why they kind of want to consolidate into this one thing, which is fine. Okay, I'm not going to use it. Thank you very much. You guys have any theories on who the new monster is going to be when after Legiacris? I'm still placing my bets on Regios. I think it makes sense. If my theory is correct. No, sorry, I can't use a Sacred. I can't use it. I gotta get used to that. No Sacreds, no focus mode. Man. Okay, yeah. No focus strikes. This is gonna be tough. I like those features a lot. But I just have to be more aware of this. That way I can actually see the wounds. Yeah, I'm thinking Regios just because it makes sense. And then my theory that like Rise and stuff is like a test bed for Wilds, so like pretty much all the monsters that return to that game will be in this game. I think it's very likely we'll see Regios. Maybe I'm still Regios, Astalos. I think they're all gonna come. Let's see. I think Royal Ludroth would have already showed up at this point if it was, but it might come back. And then if they do the whole thing of like making the variant the actual like base version of it now, we might have like purple Royal Ludroth, like its poison variant, or Tetsukabra, like its variant, like what was it, like Grotusk or whatever, I believe. If I'm thinking of it right, Grotusk, I think. And then like I think it's the green one as well. Still hoping for Gammoth, but I really don't think we'll ever get Gammoth again, at least for a while, unless they decide to do it in like maybe in the next DLC or whatever. I don't know. I just don't think they will. For whatever reason, it's just not that popular of a monster, at least when it comes to like, polls and stuff like that, and like the surveys that Capcom does. Because it shouldn't be that hard to implement, in theory. It's just like the Popo base skeleton, but it's just bigger, getting more joints and stuff than like the tail, the tusk. Sorry, trunk. I don't know my T words. I don't think it's ever gonna come back, and it's just not as flashy as the other ones, like Astalos, Lavinus, Mitsuzune. So. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. It just seems like Capcom just doesn't really care. Same thing with like Durambros. I like Durambros a lot too.
You can use an SOS code to call for support.
Yeah, again, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I really do. It'd be very nice. Oh, dude, this is already gonna take forever. Well, might as well have fun with it, you know. And then if I do like stick with this, I might just make it like a video. Like I might not stream it, just because I don't want to bore you guys. Luckily for Tetsukabra, it doesn't really go like that far. Should be okay. Okay, no net. That's whatever. Duramboros, Sergios. I mean, sorry, not Duramboros. Sergios, Astalos. I think he would have maybe already got Lavinus by now if they were. Or again, they go with the whole like variants or like the base version now. You might get like whatever Lavinus is. Hellblade get Lavinus or whatever. I could be wrong. I never actually fought that. I had a conversation with my friend Nate the other day. He's in my chat sometimes. We were kind of discussing the whole idea of maybe if like subspecies wolf in this game, like you know how there's like Coral Puke, like Viper Tobokadachi, and I don't know. It really doesn't seem to be really the need for it by Capcom. So it might not, you know. Like, I think, just to kind of pan it out, you probably would have already seen something, you know, maybe like a Cabra variant, something like that, but you just haven't seen it, so it might not really be a thing that happens in this game, which I like, but then also don't like, because I do like to have variants of monsters show up, and like subspecies and stuff. But you see, I've always liked the idea of having like a Chotacabra variant that's like maybe like based off of Poison Frog or something. Maybe Poison Frog or anything else you can along those lines. There are like 1,000 different frog species, so I'm sure they could find something that they could base it off of. Should have snuck it back for this one. He's almost dead anyway. He just doing another moment. Oh yeah, but just with base. Like if you think of like base world, you have like Azur Rathalos, Ingrathian, stuff like that. We didn't get silver and then like gold until master rank, but it is a precedent of them being in a base game. You know. Black Diablos, anything about that?
We're over here.
Yeah, I think it's just those three on base. If I'm right, I think so. Is Viper is master rank.
It's safe now.
Lunastra technically is just like the female version of Teostra, but that was also pre-Iceborne, but like post-update. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. But you can see where I'm coming from, right? I would think it already would have happened by now.
I'm Isai. My sister and I are from a nearby village.
My name is Nona. It's wonderful to meet you. I'm Alma. The others and I are here on a search.
Like, I would like to see
We're
a
from
Clementry
place far out
subspecies,
west.
but I'm not really sure what it would be. That would really make it different, though.
How did you end up in that situation back there?
I mean, like, it's a fire chicken.
It was all my fault.
Like, what could
I
really
was
be
careless.
different?
I was helping Nona with riding practice, and a giant toad
Could be
snuck up
the
on
same
us.
thing where it's like
I told
kind of
Nona
like
to
the
run
Anjanath
for it when I
approach
got
where it
its
goes
attention.
like fire to
But
electricity.
when my sacred and I
But I
tried to
feel
get
like that would
away,
kind of
he slipped and
encroach
fell
onto
into that cave.
Anjanath's kind of territory a little bit too much.
Who exactly
Maybe like
are the two of you?
fire, poison, maybe
Oh, right. We must have really surprised
something like
you.
that. Fire to maybe like acid
Forgive me for my
kind of
lack
thing, kind of like
understanding,
acidic
but
Lavinus.
You use those
Maybe.
tools? I've never seen anything like that before.
Back where we're from, specialists use these tools
Yeah,
to
something like
protect
that
others from
maybe.
large creatures.
I don't know.
With the the understanding that they're never to be brandished at other people, of course. Only those with
Maybe like a frost variant or something, like some kind of like snow Clematrice, where maybe itself, like, it doesn't have snow abilities, but it's almost like a Frost Fang Barioth kind of situation, where it's like, I guess just really cold. What's going on, Gemma? Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. Yeah, but what do you think, Arachnid? What kind of subspecies would you like to see? All right, you know what all that is.
Look good. Alrighty. Perfection. Look good. Alrighty. Perfection. Ready to get to work? Alrighty. Perfection.
Just get that. Kind of finish up the set there. I kind of like that more. I like that better. Old hat, old beanie.
Yeah, and I good.
All right.
Well, that's enough.
Cool. Got that taken care of. Let's go.
Hey
What's
there.
up, Nada?
How are you?
Yup.
Let's talk. Okay.
Who else we gotta talk to?
Well, if
What's
it
going
ain't
on? And then Olivia.
Well, look who it is. That was quite a show you put on back there. They told me I'm Olivia.
How do you
Yup,
get
yup.
it? Sounds
We have our true hub, so we're our pet.
so.
So,
Alright, I already did that.
so. There's no better this dream we want.
Yup. Enter Expedition Command Tent. Oh.
Alright, is everyone here? Avis unit present.
Astrum unit, Rubrum unit, Turris unit, Ferrum unit, present.
Let's see. Provision.
Yeah, I mean,
Research.
I can't really think of any subspecies that don't really
Let's start with the good
change
news.
the
Thanks to everyone, we're off
element.
to an excellent start.
Besides like Barioth and Frice and like Ice Barioth.
Indeed, we've already made human contact.
I'm just thinking like Barioth
The next thing to
is like
discuss is our
mud,
short-term
then like
goals.
there's Glacial, and there's like
We have two
Ignactor,
objectives. Rescue
from
the keepers
that's like
and
the
locate the white wraith that
the
attacked
lava
our village.
Leviathan, and it has a glacial version.
Unfortunately, the tunnel Nata used is collapsed, and we don't know any other way to find his people.
I guess like Yana and
Any
Shrieking
idea
like
how
Yana
long
are
we've been
both
down there?
ice. Yeah.
I walked for several days. I'm not sure which way.
Mm,
After
Then we'll need to split up. Good deal. No objections
see.
here.
this project to survey. Thank you all. I'm.
It's all right, lad.
First things first,
That's all I can think of.
If we're lucky, someone there might have some information about the keepers.
But yeah, Balahara,
why don't we stop by a tent and
La
prepare
Labrina.
before we go?
I like those ideas. Yeah, there are like thousands of spider species, and so I'm sure they can figure out something.
Hey, can one of you help me out?
I would like there to be
My
maybe like a
stockpile of honey is
golden
running
version,
low.
maybe.
Is it urgent?
Like I know there's like
Honey.
a
And where the heck is the support
golden
team?
like weaving spiders, like gold weaving spiders, which are pretty cool. Or like black widows or something, where it's again like poison. Balhara, more glow, more bigger mouth. Yeah, like a. I'd like there to be more of like a sandy looking Balahara. That's maybe less gray and more like tannish. That would be cool. Yeah, golden weaver spider. Yeah, right now, I'm kind of realizing now, I can't really switch weapons mid-hunt anymore, so I'm kind of just stuck. But
Are you ready
I'm
to
sure
go?
it'll be fun. Yup. Actually, quest board. What quests are even available? Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's really just these two, and that's it. I mean, yeah, I guess I can hunt a Chatacabra real quick. Get that taken care of. That way I can get all the armor.
Now commencing quest by order of the guild.
Yeah, today we're gonna be getting off at like 10. So it's gonna be like 3
We
hour
received
stream.
supply items. Don't let them go to waste.
Stick by for the entirety if you feel like it. If not, it's fun. Again, this is mostly just like an experiment kind of thing. And we'll see how it goes. My favorite Apex. Let's see. I really like Naudra. Naudra is really nice. And then, yeah, probably Naudra would be my favorite. Maybe Ray Dow is like my second. Because I like Jin Dahad as I like its design and its concept, but I don't know. I like its fight like the third amount. Third, I guess the second. After that, we was doing that. Like the Jin Dahad fight is cool, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it just kind of goes on for a little bit too long. Yeah, let's think of like maneuver variants. I can think of using focus mode. I can use focus mode. Yeah. I gotta get used to that. I think if they ever do like return with Dogmazios, that might be a thing. Or they might have like an extra tar version of like the Hydra. Maybe something with like, since you already have fire, maybe something like Pomelo where it has poison instead. Kind of nourishes with the same like moves that it does, maybe. My voice is a bit low. Sorry, I'm a little far from the mic. My apologies. Maybe you can drink his mutation it's color that cover the cell. The color sprays poison. Yeah, poison. Yeah. I'm thinking the same exact thing. We're in the same wavelength on that. I think poison would make sense. I don't see any rocks. The way that it works in World is that you have to use a rock to knock it down. No rocks I can see nearby. Kind of. Not screwed. It's not a hard fight, but I'll have to remember that next time. Here we go. Finally got that. started going back to the gym again recently. I went for like 2 years consistently, and I stopped last year. I just had like some issues going on in real life, and then with like work and stuff, it just got too busy. And so I just didn't for the longest time. But since last week, I've been back in it consistently. I'm hoping that kind of like just improves like my quality of life a little bit. I like the idea, like the Jindahad, like air pressure, like just giving flashback to Kushala. I just don't know Kushala. Like the Rise version of the fight was probably the best in the series, in my opinion. It just wasn't bad. Nah, I go at like midnight. When I go, there's no light. I like having the gym to myself. Don't have to share. Don't have to worry about any like weird like social,
Looks like the monster drops.
any weird like social interactions, stuff like that. I'm just chilling. And at that time of night, like the traffic is 0 to none. The only people who drive out like that late are maybe like truckers. There's maybe like one truck every like 15-20 minutes or so. So, I mean, it's a nice gig. Boom. Yeah, buddy. You get some food? Yeah. I think we have one more combo, and I should finish it. Maybe not. Okay, hold up, buddy. Like, I either go like really late at night or I go really early in the morning when I come to the gym. Just whenever it's like dark outside, just, like for whatever reason, I just feel like my nerves alive. Like I feel like I'm just more awake than any other time. Christmas dancing, that is crazy. But now I can see where you're coming from on that. It's just, like traditionally whenever I used to go out to the gym, like, I used to go to the gym at like 8 o'clock after work. Back in like 2022, 2023, like that. But then there'd just be times where like just certain days whenever I'd go work out, it'd just be less successful just because the machines I always wanted to use were just busy. Like subconsciously, I chose like leg day the same day as everyone else, or like I chose arms the same day as everyone else, kind of thing.
This is a rare research opportunity. Can't let it go to waste.
Alright, get that going. Make sure we have all the items that we want. But yeah, I just do like a arm day, then a push. I do arms, legs, then a push and pull. So that could be chest or back. Really just depends on what I want to hit on more. that. Let's get this going. That's gonna kind of help out with some of the early game stuff. It's crazy though. They just give you traps and stuff just off base now. Back in like 3 and 4 and stuff, it took you a while to kind of be able to have your own set of traps and stuff, like dependent on like quest rewards. This wasn't really a thing. Oh, I'm in a public lobby, I just realized. I'm almost never in a public lobby. I think besides this guy, we have everything. No, I feel you, but I think for the most part, at least when it comes to Capcom, when it comes to most subspecies, they have to change what the monster's like base element is to some extent. Ah, okay, I'm writing the secret. For example, so like Radobon is a subspecies, right? But it's based off of Uragon, which is fire, you know,
Is your village
fire
far?
and like tar and stuff like that. And so
But on the sacred, we'll be there in no
I
time.
think it has to like, I think it just has to kind of change it a little bit, where it can't just be,
And
can't just
handy
be
for me to
that
make a quick getaway
the same
from a
thing
monster.
for the most part.
They're clever too, and good at picking up scents. I don't know what my people would do without them.
I want to become a sacred rider too.
What's going on, Sunbrowlin? What's going on, my friend? I was telling Arachnid, and then telling Arachnid
I see a lot
and
of
random
people.
name.
It's like the whole valley.
Just been busy with like work and stuff. Also, I had to go to court yesterday,
Gem chime
which was interesting.
Gem chime stones.
It wasn't like long at all. It was only like 5 minutes. The defendant was just being just a huge jerk off the entire time. And so, it was pretty much just settled pretty fast. And then, I've been going back to the gym. And so, I've just been kind of taking up more and more of my time lately. But,
Wow.
I don't know.
Look at that.
We're working on it. I think Legiacris has all the best variants. Yeah, I like, man, that's what I really hope about Legiacris, man. That's what I really hope about Legiacris. That it's just the coolest version out of all the variants. I'm not sure how you guys feel about my video I posted last week.
Never heard of a correct.
I think personally, it's probably like my favorite video I've ever done. And like, I didn't really make any like concrete statements. But I had like a lot of people get mad at me. Like thinking like I genuinely was like claiming that like, oh yeah, Capcom will do like, well, Capcom will do this. And I can understand it. You could interpret the thumbnail as a little bit clickbaity,
Don't worry.
but I think it's
I
just
dress
more
up at all.
objective. It's like it will kind of change how the game will be, where it comes to just like how monsters will kind of interact and stuff. Because Legiacris hasn't been in the game series for like 8 years, or whatever. You know. But I guess you could argue it's like a little bit cheeky. And I'm fine with that.
You think so? We call
But
it
yeah.
wind's gasp.
I don't know. That also kind of turned me off a little bit from the internet for just a few days. Not like it's like bad criticism or anything, but sometimes it's just a thing where I think just like the casual viewer every once in a while,
This is the spot.
like, cause I mean,
Great, thank you.
let's say like my video gets like 2,000, 3,000 views, I'll get maybe like 50 comments or whatever.
Be careful.
So it's just like the people who really like a lot of times don't understand what I'm saying, they're more likely to comment than people who do understand what I'm saying. Kind of thing. And so it's just kind of how it is with the internet. But I try not to like let it get to me or whatever. I just kind of just do my thing and move on, live my life, you know.
Yes. Please follow me.
Yeah, the Legiacris video. Because I'll stand by everything I said, and I liked it a lot. Again, it's my favorite video I've done. It's definitely the most experimental when it comes to like editing and stuff.
No.
And
Supposed to draw water. Completely
like with
forgot.
just the like kind of having my guy kind of like in the world and stuff like that, messing
Yeah,
around with like
it's all
custom
good.
like
You
sun
get me here.
rays and stuff like that.
Is there anything we can do
But-
to help?
I don't know.
Please, no.
Again, it's not that big of a deal.
If anything, it's me who
If you guys ever like want to get into like making your own videos, like your own like content creation, whatever, you'll experience the exact same thing. Or like you'll have like your little tight knit community of people that like watch you and that kind of comment and stuff like that, kind of interact with you.
It'll be
But
fun.
then with just
play it
how
cool.
big like the internet is, you're gonna get people who just kind of, just for whatever reason, just misinterpret stuff you say, or they just, you know, outright disagree, which is fine.
Of any Linians in the region, but you never know.
We're here.
I appreciate it, some Brown. But yeah, Rakton, Yukanlos, it's like Yukanlos and then Ignactor. There's like two different monsters that had like almost the same exact name.
Sorry we're
You have like
late.
Agnator, which is like
Better
the
late than dead.
the lava leviathan. They have like
I had a run-in
Ignactor,
with a
which is
giant
like
toad.
the
Might have
flying
been its
wyvern,
lunch if
but
these
not
keep
really a
letting
flying
it alone.
wyvern.
Hello, sir. On behalf of the...
You have rescued my friend.
Yes, M. Brown. I saw your art show. Like I think it was like a week or two ago. Again, I just haven't really been online, but I liked what I was seeing, my friend.
But we
Good job
owe
with
them
that.
our hospitality. At least
One more thing, which I am sure you understand. The sacred are precious to our village.
Of course, they'll be returned to you at once.
Thanks for letting us use them.
We'll be going then. For the
But yeah,
time
I think
being,
Legiacris,
check
whenever
our
we do get
destination.
it, I think it's gonna be.
Did you see
It's probably gonna take some versions of both Ivory and just regular Legiacris.
Besides, didn't seem to know what weapons were either. What the?
Holy shit, bro! Alma is booking it. Bro, she's fast as hell. You see that? She was moving.
These are Bluesky.
Authorization?
Granted, the guild authorizes you to neutralize the threat.
Yeah, I think, well, actually I just said a whole bunch of it in a second. My hope is that Capcom with this game uses this to bring back all the monsters that haven't been to the new generations yet. And I think that is kind of what's happening a little bit. But they don't want to alienate everybody, right? So that's kind of why they're bringing back both the old guys and also introducing new monsters as well. They just want to make it like different from this world. Okay? So it's not just like a world 2, it's its own different thing. Which I can appreciate. I wouldn't mind a world 2, but yeah. Yeah, she was booking it, bro. If there's like a Monster Hunter Olympics, like in Dundorma or whatever, he needs to participate.
Long gnashers, sharp
A 100
claws?
meter dash,
Yeah,
going crazy.
I'd say so.
But yeah, son Brown. In this stream, whatever, I'm playing Monster Hunter Wilds,
This doesn't add up.
but without any of the new features. I'm treating it just like how it is in the world. No sacred, no switching weapons, no slinger. For the most part. I mean, I can do this, but I can't like grab stuff.
Almost there.
I read manga? Yeah.
Slow human legs.
I'm kind of ashamed to say, since I've graduated, I've read more manga than actual like regular books. I have almost the entirety of One Piece, and like the little collection novels.
Well, here we
I
are.
have
Time to
One
go
Punch
away
Man.
home.
like I think 1 through 5. I have
Yeah,
Code
but I guess
Geass.
they have their reasons. For now, let's worry about getting the
Let's
title
check.
divisions.
I'm not sure if you guys know anything about the Pokemon Adventures novels, from, like the 90s and stuff, 90s and 2000s.
Good idea.
I think they're still going on today. But yeah, it's like just the Pokemon franchise, but as like a manga. It's pretty cool.
Hey there.
I look.
Did honey? And since this either way.
Then these are, it's kind of somewhat obscure. Like some people read these, some people don't. But Legend of Zelda, they usually have mangas as well.
Take care up there.
With every like games release, like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Three Swords, stuff like that. So I read those mangas as
Don't
well.
get too crazy
So
up
a little bit of everything.
Yo, Hunter! Come over here. I need to talk to you for a sec.
Yeah, as a little kid, I wanted to be like a comic book artist or like a manga artist. You know, obviously I can really do just the one right now, but
What are we making today?
because I am not Japanese and I don't live in Japan, so I couldn't make like an actual manga or whatever.
Ready?
But
Perfect.
like I've always really been into like Batman and then like Nightwing. He has his own like standalone issues recently with like Tom Taylor, I think his name is. I like his issue of Nightwing. We were talking about like Absolute earlier, like the Absolute series, like Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter. I like all that stuff. I like these new runs of stuff.
Anything catch your eye?
Yeah, bro. I'm just like a big nerd of everything for the most part.
You can find more of this. They're loaded. We have no idea what's out here. So if you need...
Okay, I get it, Gemma. Thank you.
Hey, over here. Can I talk to you right quick?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm at...
Yup.
Come on.
Ooh,
careful out
like
there, Hunter.
dinosaur stuff? That's cool. Prehistoric stuff is pretty cool.
The timing, the direction, it must be that.
Hurry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend and like say like I know a lot about dinosaurs and stuff. I really don't. I do kind of check in every once in a while whenever there's like big dinosaur news about like, oh yeah, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, how it's kind of changed throughout like the decades, with like how our understanding is of it. Same thing with like I think it's not this. I think it's like the Spinosaur. I think. Where it was kind of like a T-Rex, but now we understand it's more like aquatic and stuff like that. So like I'll check in stuff at like I'll look at stuff like that, but I look at a whole bunch of that. There's this one YouTuber I watch every once in a while who covers like dinosaur stuff. I think her name is like Lindsay something. Yeah, Lindsay Nicole. I like her channel. Do I read Chainsaw Man? Yeah, I just saw the new chapter today.
They just put the meat down.
The whole like death thing, is pretty cool. I like what they're doing with it.
Authorizes you to hunt that chemical using to protect the
Yeah, I've probably read a good amount of like most mainstream mangas and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm trying to get into more obscure stuff, but like I've pretty much read every shonen series ever, for the most part. There was, I've read, let's see, Akira, read Ghost in the Shell. I've also seen the movies as well, the 90s ones. that's kind of what I want to tackle on my second channel. That my first video should be up soon as that. Maybe within like next week or the week after that, at least. Just like my second channel, kind of allows me to kind of talk about things that just more than just Moss. Holy shit, I did a lot of that. But where I can kind of talk about Batman, I can kind of talk about like Zelda, stuff like that. I mean, eventually it becomes to a point where like this channel just like dies within like Monster Hunter, kind of stale or whatever, or like game cycles up and then I might switch this channel to something else. I think I have a decent thing going on. Like we're only like 150 away from like 1,000 or whatever. Thinking about that too. Like I think just usually with how like my channel goes, I think I should hit like 1,000 subs within maybe like a few uploads, 2 or 3. Well, like, unless I get like another banger, I get like in January, February, where I got 10K plus views on videos and stuff. Then I might be like 1, but I'm not really like that. I think like my windows kind of come and gone when it comes to like views and videos, right? But we'll see. Well, with me, I'm still trying to find like my unique thing when it comes to Monster Hunter content. I want to kind of go at it from like a commentary standpoint. Like growing up, I watched all the commentary channels. I never watched like reviews or anything. I never like found it funny. Like I used to watch like oldschool Cynical, No Fuckers, stuff like that. I kind of see like the community kind of like changing stuff as it's throughout the years. Like Blossom was crazy, and then I never really watched Time Alex. I never really liked what people do, like the whole Sladzo thing. But I watch a little bit of everybody now. I'm someone who tries not to just look at like one view on a certain thing, like on a certain comment or whatever, in the commentary thing, commentary sphere. I'll look at both of them and the right things. That way I can try to like extrapolate information. Like I'll watch like Nicholas Diorio, and then I'll also watch what's his face, D'Angelo Wallace. I'll watch him as well. Yeah, is my voice that low? My bad. Yeah, 1 second. Can I hide somewhere? Yeah, there should be some shrubbery over there. Some uno momento. Okay, yeah, let me turn this down just a tad. Boom. How's that sound? A little bit better? Yeah, I just have a habit where like I just get comfy in my chair, like I'm just chilling. And then I just kinda, I'm not like sitting up anymore, I'm just kinda relaxed. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to mix like Monster Hunter with like a pseudo commentary thing, where I kind of go at it from a more personal aspect. At least as I've seen the Monster Hunter community since like I've been a kid. Again, because I've been with this series since I was 11, 12. Like I don't really notice that many like personalities per se. A lot of people just kind of come at it from like a more like objective thing when it comes to just like, kind of just like giving you the information about like what's going on kind of thing. There's like very few like Monster Hunter YouTubers that I feel like have really like differentiated themselves. Like you have like Eric's, Rage Gaming, stuff like that. So I'm trying to like carve my own little thing. Where, like I cover the same things that those guys do, but just in my own way, right? So like, I'm not stepping on other people's toes, kind of thing. I'm not stealing content. I have my own original ideas. You know what I mean? Oh my god, bro! You gotta leave me alone, buddy. You gotta leave me alone. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of like my own little thing. Because with right now, again with the game out, I can't really, I don't know, it's not really much of a theory crafting. That's ultimately like my favorite thing I like to do. Like, talk about like, speculate about stuff and like look at evidence and like kind of deep dive into things. But it's not like it's not like the DLC is coming out anytime soon. Right? So I can't just be like, oh yeah guys, we gotta look at this, gotta look at that, gotta look at this, and see what's going on. Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to come at it from my own little perspective, where it's kind of more like personal. You and I we're kind of just talking. We're just boys, kind of thing. So that's kind of why like I have like a little like gas station setup and stuff. I like to kind of think about it as a thing where it's like when you watch my videos, you're kind of like stopping by kind of thing. We kind of have like a nice little chat. That's kind of what I'm going for. That's kind of why, like, I hope I don't get too big, you know? Like, I don't want to be, like, a multi-million sub channel. Because I want to make, like, I want to try to make a connection with all my viewers if I can. Chat with everybody, talk with everybody, and stuff like that. I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words, everybody. I gotta save though, bro. You guys were cooking me last stream though. Whenever we were talking about like let's talk about the stuff at the end. You guys were cooking me a little bit. But it was all funny. It was a lot of fun.
Great work, Hunter. Oh,
See, like I like stuff like that, where we're able to kind of like go back and forth,
Great.
and able to have like a little community kind of thing. What is happening? Oh.
That'll...
Okay.
This is just way too exciting.
Yeah, HR Cap 2. Yeah. We're so high up there, boys. Yeah. Max rank already.
Greetings, Hunter. I'm Annie. It's for recall. You'll note that it's carry on then.
Yeah, Sun Brown. You probably weren't here earlier when I said it, but we are gonna end today at like 10 o'clock. I'm slowly trying to make more of a consistent schedule. Like maybe like I stream like 3 hours a night kind of thing.
Okay.
Then I upload a video every like 2 or 3 days. Right now it's like once a week, sometimes a week and a half, and that's just not really viable. That's why I think like my videos have been kind of performing a little bit less than usual. I've kind of just fallen out of line when it comes to like what YouTube wants. Because I am technically like monetized now or whatever. At least when it comes to like donations and stuff. Like I could in theory get donations. But I think like I must have done something with my channel where like I don't hit a certain criteria where I'm actually able to get like AdSense and stuff. Because like I was like talking with like the YouTube representative like 2 months ago. I was like, hey, like what's going on? Like I want to set up like a super chat kind of thing. I want to be able to set up like stuff like that. But they were like, nah, you can reapply in like July. I'm like, bruh, that's like 4 months away. Because I was thinking about like what I would actually want to do with that. And my dad, he doesn't really he doesn't really like he doesn't like this idea that I'm thinking. But what I would like to do, I would say like I do have like a membership thing, for like maybe like $1 a month, even that. I'd probably make it as low as possible, like $1.99, 50 cents, whatever. I would want to be able to give you guys the tools to make your own videos. So like, I would give you guys like access to like the raw Adobe files, like the raw Premiere files, with like all the different like assets that I use. That way, if you want to make your own videos, you just have it right there, kind of thing. But I don't want to like gatekeep how to make videos.
Ready to go?
Like I'm not some like mega conglomerate, right? I'm not like a company. I'm just a guy who just, in between work and like life and stuff, I just make videos.
Whoa, these are harder to handle than they look.
And so I want to give you guys the opportunity to do the exact same thing. If I can do YouTube, anyone can do YouTube. And I promise.
It's a lot of work, and only those who put in the practice can join the Vanguard.
Yeah. So like, let's say that like tomorrow, right? I'm able to get like, I'm able to like set that up or whatever, like a coffee or like a Patreon or whatever, like $1, right? You would get access to like everything. And so let's say my Gormagala video, right? You wanted to know how I made that. You wanted all the assets, all the custom art and stuff I use for it. You can just have it. All the audio files, all of like the raw files. You can just, it's just yours. Because it's not like, what am I gonna do with a video that's already done? You know. That's just me, just like kind of gatekeeping knowledge and like kind of just being kind of just greedy with it, in my opinion. If you look at my channel back in like October versus now, you can see that I've gotten better with like editing. I've gotten better with like my commentary. I've gotten better personality-wise and like just being more comfortable and stuff.
I'll tell the elder you're here.
And that's only been like what, 5-6 months, 7 months maybe.
This way, friends.
And so, yeah. I mean, if I can do it, literally anyone could do it. So that's kind of what I want to do with like my stuff. Just kind of give it back to everybody.
Come on, Alma. Let's go. All right, but remember what I said about being respectful. Oh, the storm will be here soon.
Come in. Don't be shy.
Any day now. We need to stop
The
that
children have told me much about you.
Hello.
I appreciate it. Like I've had like my
Hey.
old like coworkers and stuff be like, oh yeah, let me know when you make it, kind of thing. Like
It's
you know, you be like a millionaire. I'm like, nah, I couldn't. Maybe just because like I was kind of born like poor or whatever. I just don't like the idea of like withholding a lot of stuff when I know I can like give it out to other people.
Please come in.
And like I try to be someone who's like very like aware of myself, very like self-conscious, self-aware kind of thing. And I know that like when it comes to like either money or any kind of resource, whether it comes to like knowledge or influence or power kind of thing, it's very easy to get yourself corrupted. And I don't want to be corrupted. I don't want to be someone who's like compromised in any way. And so, yeah. Well, but what's a better way than allow you guys to have the tools and access, be able to do whatever you want.
Maybe we should look into the dosha.
So, and I've been thinking about like 1,000 subscribers, what I'm gonna do. I think I've come up with an idea. Let me know what you guys think. What is that?
Gemma and Nata said they'll catch up.
Sorry, that's an asset. How to Train Your Dragon. Well, I haven't seen that in so long. I watched it come out in theaters when I was like a little kid. Then I saw the second one, I believe. I never saw the third one. I might cover that at some point on the second channel.
What are we making today?
But yeah, before I lose my train of thought, I just want to say real quick. Just knowing me. If
See you later.
when I hit 1,000 subscribers, or if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I would like to do a contest where for like every like 3 months or so, so like every season, I do like a new contest where people can help like design like the new T-Dawg logo, whatever. I would be like, hey, for like $100, whatever, for the next 3 months, I'll like use like your drawing or whatever as like my profile picture, kind of thing. And like I'll credit you, stuff like that. I'm obviously gonna pay you, kind of thing. I don't believe in like paying for like exposure garbage. That's just not cool. You know, you put time and effort into something, you deserve to get compensated, obviously. And then yeah, that's also something I want to do to help with like engagement with my community. So like yeah, so let's say like we're in spring right now, so summer, whenever summer begins, I'll be like, hey guys, if we're at 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing a contest. It's gonna be open for a week. You can make like my new profile picture, kind of thing, and then yeah, then like next 3 months, kind of thing, I'll change it up. So let's say you're a really good artist, and like no, there's not really that big of a pool. You could just keep on making money, infinite money glitch. But yeah, like again, like I really want to do this whole like YouTube thing differently, assuming I'm able to find like some kind of success, where like it's not really about me, it's about you guys. I'm just kind of just someone who, I'm kind of just like a conduit that allows you all to kind of come together, kind of thing. I cheated just now. I can't use a slinger like that. Gotta drop it. I gotta drop one of them. I can't cheat. There's a tier list? I'd be down with a tier list kind of thing. But we'll see. Sorry, that was my Amazon Echo. It's right next to me. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And obviously, as I get bigger, or assuming, you know, if I do get bigger, kind of thing, I would like to do more, whether it's with like music or with like videos itself. Like for example, if you guys know about Jack's Films, old school YouTuber, he's been around since like 2010, I think, maybe even earlier. I remember watching him as like a little kid in like 3rd grade, 4th grade. I still watch him now, like his second channel, Jack's Films. At the end of every video he does like a shout out, or like in the middle of a video, do like a creator shout out kind of thing. And I want to do the exact same thing. I'm like, hey guys, guess what? You guys submitted this video. It's pretty cool. Check it out, kind of thing. So, okay. So it is the same way, like it is in one. I can directly attack it and make it go off. Okay. See, I'm slowly getting it. Ooh, and another thing, I'm getting pretty close to 100%ing this game. I'm pretty close. I think I'm at like 90% or like late 80s, I think. I need to get, I think I need to get one more gold crown moss, I think. Then I need to get, I think like, actually 10 whoppers or whatever. That should be good. I think those are the only 2 achievements I need. I'll be 100% with this game. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, for the whole like a contest thing, I took inspiration from that from like old school Planet Dome, not Danger Dome, before he became a big channel. I used to watch this guy back when he used to make his like top 10 videos. Danger Dome. Yeah, I like the whole idea of like having contests and stuff, having the community be a directly part of like my brand and stuff. Obviously, you know, be compensated for that. But then as I get bigger and stuff, I want to be able to give back more. Like, oh yeah, $500, $1,000 kind of thing. Or like, let's say I do get like AdSense or whatever, right? But you get like royalties or whatever. So it's like, let's say like eventually I get like a 50,000 view video and I make like $1,000 off of that, right? You're like, oh yeah, because your thing was in this video, you get like 10% of royalties or 5%, 10% kind of thing. Ugh, bro. I've never had that happen. I've never had that happen. Like mosquito guys. It's just gross. Yeah, let me know what you think, kind of thing. I've just been spitballing it the last couple weeks. We're only like 150 away from 1,000 subscribers, and from what I understand from like bigger YouTubers I've talked to, like your first 1,000 is like the toughest, and after that it's a little bit easier. I've completed a few different games to its completion. I mean, like, I've 100%ed it. Like, free DLC, I've 100%ed Cyberpunk 2077. I 100% completed Spider-Man, like the first one, on PS4. Again, free DLC. I think I'm at like 90-something% after DLC. It's just like the new game plus stuff I just haven't done. It's like Monster Hunter came out or something. I believe it's whenever Monster Hunter came out. It was around that time. Might have been the same year. What about you, Arachnid? Have you platinumed any games? I'm gonna assume so. I'm sure you have. I feel like most people have platinum maybe like at least one game. Like, I'm just someone, admittedly, I can't get it. Ah, man. Who just likes to go a little bit above and beyond. So, like, I try to 100% every game that I can. But it's very time consuming. That's why if any of you guys become, like, my Steam friends, you'll see very quickly. I might or might not have a lot of multi-thousand hour games. Like, it's really bad. It's really bad. Like, I think with Gmod, I have, like 5,000 hours on it, I believe. I think so. Cyberpunk, I have a few hundred on there. I think every Monster Hunter game combined, I have over 2,000 hours. So, I think you can kind of see where my obsession with the series comes from. Oh, Viva Pinata! Ooh, buddy. I remember that. I had the Xbox 360 game, like the party game. I don't really remember much about it, but I know that it was like racing or whatever, like Mario Kart-esque. It was pretty hype. It was pretty cool. Pokemon Black. That was my first ever Pokemon game. I used to be the biggest Pokemon fan when I was a kid. The biggest. I went to like local like card tournaments. I have I have all the manga as well. Like 20 years worth of manga. I have like well over like I think like 1,000 cards. Just from like the 20 years I've been collecting them pretty much. I think all the links on my channel are named after starter Pokemon. So like on like my channel, like my Instagram, like Bluesky X, whatever, all that stuff I think is named after Pokemon. Yeah, I used to be a huge Pokemon guy. Again, no sacred. I forgot. No sacred. Keep forgetting. Oh man. This is rough. How far is it away? On the second channel, I'm doing a video about like 2000s games. So I think at some point I might do a video on like Viva Pinata, or I might include it in like one of like my list videos. Then Skylanders too, bro. Skylanders, I was a big Skylanders fan. Like I have a little brother. He's 16 right now. And he and I used to play it all the time when we were kids with like during like Christmas and stuff, during our birthdays. And we weren't very wealthy growing up. And so we kind of shared a lot of stuff. What is going on, Zaire? Going on? Hola, hola. Spanish is going pretty well. I'm on day 34. I know how to order some food and drink. I know like certain places around the city, like Aeroporto, Museo, stuff like that. I know a little bit of here and there. Like my job has a lot of Spanish speakers come through, just because I work in the city. Like whenever I left my previous job, I work in public service now, and so I'm trying to learn Spanish. That way I can just be able to communicate with people better. I'm getting there. You know, like I'll hear people say like, I'm like this there, this here, and they're like something like aquí, and I'm like, all right, bet. So it's kind of going slowly a little bit, but I'm learning enough at a time where I'm able to understand people a little bit more as they come in. I help like give resources to people, whether it be like financial or like they need like resources for like, you know, a lot of stuff going on right now in our country and stuff. Whether it be like legal stuff like that.
What are we making?
Like I'm in contact as well with like the federal like offices and stuff like in my state. But, like I work for like a state legislator right now. So I kind of jumped the curve a little bit. I went from pharmaceutical to an intern working with a politician. But she's a good lady. She's a really good lady. Like she's known for helping out people around the city, people around the district and stuff like that. People outside of her district.
I'm ready to work.
Like she's someone that like I feel like actually cares about people that she represents. So that's why I'm working with her. Sorry, you didn't want to hear about a whole like life dump thing, lore dump. But it's going well. It's going well. That's kind of why whenever I talk about like my videos, like hey, you know, kind of have a whole like career change. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to public service. I'm just helping out people, giving back to my community, kind of thing.
See you later.
I appreciate it, Zaire. I appreciate it. I don't know. It's just like I feel like personally, like a lot of people, especially my age, say they want to do stuff, or like they have opinions on things, but then they actually don't want to actually like help out and contribute. Sorry, contribute. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And with that, I want to kind of get better at like public speaking, get better at like stuff like that. And so I just started 2 months ago. Okay, okay, I was not expecting that or that. Okay, I was not expecting that, but that kind of relates to what I was talking about a little bit. just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. But yeah, I don't know. I just like while I'm young, I want to kind of give my all into a little bit of everything. At least so I can say like I dip my toe into stuff, right? Oh, and I was telling Arachnid and then Sunbrown. Also, what's up, Hunter? I think I said it. If I didn't, what's up, my friend? Welcome, welcome. We're kind of discussing what I want to do for like my 1,000 subscriber special, because we're like 150 away, and I think once I upload tomorrow's video and like a few more in the future, I think I should be there soon, probably within like May. Mid to late May, probably. So I was thinking about like doing like a contest, like a big like 1,000 subscriber contest, where it's like if you're some kind of artist or you're some kind of like you do like creative stuff at all, it's like a whole like contest kind of thing where it's like, hey, you get like $100, $200. Now I'll like shout you out kind of thing. You'll get like, let's say like you're an artist, you do like a contest for like profile pictures. Like, oh yeah, hey, you know, like you'll win $100, $200. I'll change like my profile picture to your artwork for the next 3 months, every season kind of thing. Then like I'll credit you at the end of, on the bottom of every, well not bottom, on the top of every description kind of thing. Shout you out in the comments, and then you obviously get paid kind of thing. Again, because I don't believe in payment through like just views and stuff like that. You know, that's just weird. It's not really weird. It's not really a real thing. That's not very realistic. Yeah, exposure.
People living in a place like that? I wonder what their way of life is like.
Once we're there,
So that's kind of my hope with that.
I can help you more with the expedition.
Kind of like old school YouTubers used to do, like Danger Dolan. The React Bros before they became like huge, like when they had like 1,000 subscribers. I used to watch their stuff back in the day.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah, you are Zaire. Then I know Sunbrown is. And then yeah, I'll make it like a whole like community post. I'll like post on like all my social medias and stuff. My X, my Bluesky, Threads, all that jazz. Instagram, all that fancy stuff. And then I'll kind of have it last for like a week. I think with just like the size of my channel, I don't think I'll get like a crazy amount of submissions. But
So how'd your visit to that village go?
I'll make it like a whole thing,
We were able to start a dialogue.
like a whole like video about it.
No luck with the keepers, but I'm more
I'll have to
concerned
like
about
set up
the
like
village.
rules and stuff like that. Like, hey, you have to have like a Cash App,
Monsters called the Doshai.
Venmo, Zelle, PayPal kind of thing. That way I can send it to you.
Oh. How many specimens?
How's it going?
So I think out of like my 10 to 15 people who kind of like circulate around like my streams and stuff, I think like a third of you guys are like artists. Like five, it's like 5 people who like kind of who watch and draw and stuff. That's a decent sized competition. But I think just, you know, if I advertise it, it might get a little bit bigger. Maybe like 10 submissions,
Shall we depart?
if even that, which is perfectly fine. And then I would also probably throw in as well that like, let's say like you win, I want to like include you as like a character to some extent into like my, it's like my little guy's world, where I, like in my office that I work at,
We'll follow this river.
I draw like different designs with like characters like aliens and stuff all the time. And so I might just have you like in like the background or like on like a poster or something. Just kind of you know, kind of commemorate you, let you know that you're a goat.
Or decaying plant matter could cause a color change, although that wouldn't explain a red this bright. If I were really reaching, I could cite reports
Yeah,
of monsters.
that's kind of how I want to do this whole YouTube thing. I want to make it like very community based.
In any case, don't worry. The water was completely safe to drink.
You let him drink this?
A lustful schizoaffective dream, bro. That
Any sense, though?
I don't even know where to begin with that, like how to even imagine that. But I'm both curious and scared at the exact same time. But I think with all great things, you have to look at it from some caution.
It's no reason to throw caution to the wind.
The water is all clear.
Yeah, the April Fool's skit thing. I had a lot of fun making that, but
Why don't we follow the water back to its source?
After we set up camp.
I still can't believe
yeah, just anything you like to do. Like, let's say you're like my previous stream, if you checked it out, towards the end, we were kind of looking at like my artwork and stuff outside of like YouTube. I'm someone who I do both traditional art and digital art. Like I've done like charcoal. Like I'm not really good at painting. I've never really been good at painting. Charcoal, like graphite, stuff like that. I've done like murals based off of those. I've had like whole like commissions and stuff in the past as like a Photoshop artist and stuff.
Good.
I've done a little bit of everything.
Could you signal the support team?
I've been told in my life I'm someone who is a jack of all trades, master of none. Where I have a lot of ambitions and a lot of stuff, but because I have so much ambition for a lot of stuff at once, I'm not as good at things as I probably should be. But I think as I've gotten older, I've definitely gotten better with it. I've kind of evened out my rough edges a little bit. Like before this whole like T-Dawg thing, I used to do like D&D based stuff. Like I used to be like a D&D artist. I would make like artwork for people, like for like the characters or like maps and stuff. Or I'll just help out with like lore. Yeah, so with this run, I'm playing it like it's world. So that's no sacred, no secondary weapons. The only kind of slinger action I'm allowed to use is by shooting stuff. Like I can't retract things. So with this, I cannot do that because it's not like in world. But we'll see how far I get along with it. If it becomes like really boring, I'll just kind of just make it like a video, or like I'll just after like a few days or so, I'll make a video about it. Be like, oh yeah, this is what I did. With like my playthrough, or whatever.
That would suggest that it's
Kind of like if you guys are familiar with like Pokemon, like Nuzlocke and stuff, you kind of have to limit yourself with certain things. Kind of like with this. So no secondary weapon, no sacred, no like grabbing things with your slinger. I have to play this game as if it was Monster Hunter World.
It's from a Doshagama.
And so like one of my favorite weapons, Switch Axe, I can't do like the double charge attack. I can only just use the one to charge. Anything with like Charge Blade, I can't charge up my files twice. I just have to just play it like how it was a world. And I think that's kind of what I'm gonna try to do in between like my main theory videos. Kind of just like a more gimmicky kind of thing. Yeah, kind of along those lines. I'm sure you've all seen those videos where it's like Minecraft, but I'm blah 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 blah. Fortnite, but I'm blah 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 blah. Same thing along those lines as well.
Let's stick together. I'm sure we'll find something here.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff I wasn't a fan of with this story. I forgot the hand holding. All right, what am I doing? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, in tomorrow's video, I'm gonna, well, either tonight or tomorrow's video, whenever I'm done with this, I'm gonna edit it and finish it up. Actually, I guess before we end tonight, I'll kind of play it.
I'm sure we'll find something here.
Okay, Olivia, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, hold my hand, why don't ya? Yeah. Yeah, in tonight's video, I cover Mitsuzune, Zoshia, stuff like that, the title updates. I wanna make videos as soon as the title updates release, but I just happened to be very late on this one, on this first installment on it. So hopefully when title update 2 comes out, you already know I'm gonna post a video about it as soon as it comes out. Especially because, you know, it's my favorite monster of all time, like Icarus. Like, I have to. I gotta.
My word.
I have to. I also wanted to say, so like a few of you have already done this, but if you guys ever want to have me like look at anything, like your artwork or music or Photoshop stuff, or you just want to like, just, I don't know, have my opinion on anything, hit me up on any of my social medias, probably like Instagram. I'm always down to check out like what my people are doing, kind of thing. I mean, like, I haven't really had a quote-unquote community very long. It's only been since, like, January, February. I actually started getting some traction. But, you know, I view all of you guys in a very high regard. I think you're all very important to me. And so, I want to make sure I'll let you know, just like, you know, I'm into your stuff as well. Sorry, I did all that yapping. I didn't even answer the question. I apologize. But yeah, Mitsuzune. I enjoyed the Mitsuzune fight. Tempered Mitsuzune. I don't think this is a very controversial opinion, but it's pretty damn tough. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. But it's fine though. It's a nice fun fight. I kind of forgot about Soul Seer and Mitsuzune even existing, I'll be real with you. I fought it in Rise, and that's kind of really it. I haven't really thought about it since. But yeah, kind of having its moves and like doing the whole like Sans Eye Undertale thing, where like its eye turns blue when its health goes low. I like that. But it does kind of make me think that every other returning monster is going to have something different with it. Like Mitsuzune is different. If you guys have noticed, like Rathalos and Rathian, like I don't think they're the exact same species that we're used to. Because like they're not really that different. But like Rathalos, like its claws aren't poisonous, and you can't break their heads either. And so like I really don't think it's just like an oversight from Capcom. Who knows? If it is, I just be talking out my ass completely. But I feel like it's just something with that, with like all returning monsters, to some extent, have something different about them. They're not the exact same. So that kind of gives me high hope for like Legiacrus. And I'm still predicting. Bro, there is no way. Again, I'm not unbiased about this topic. I call myself proudly the biggest like Legiacrus fanboy in the world. I have that sticker on my heart with pride. Because he was like my first ever flagship. It was like my first ever like monster that had like that really get better at the game to improve with. So it's very special to me. But I think just because like the type differences, I think Legiacrus is gonna kinda kick ass doing it. We'll see. We'll see. But if I am wrong, and Lagiacrus just gets fucked up, I'll be sad, but I'll understand. There can only be one Apex in the Scarlet Force. One true Apex. Because if Lagiacrus was stronger than Uthduna, you would think Lagiacrus would have been the flagship instead. But, you know, they need to have their this new monster be the flagship. So, I'd understand their methodology either way. Like, I'm not gonna, like, riot in the street and be like, oh my god, this game fucking sucks. I'm quitting the game, guys. Delete my channel. That's it. Game over. Yeah, Sorry, I can't. No Sacred. I'm sorry, Sacred. You gotta go. Yeah, Soulseer Mitsune is the one with like the weird blind. It's like the one blue eye. It's covered in like scars and stuff. It's like a rework of like the Deviant system from I think Generations, I believe. I think so. Magnamalo. I like Magnamalo. I hope Magnamalo comes back, but I would understand if it never does come back because it is more yokai themed. Like I don't think Capcom is gonna add any of the more yokai based monsters into the game again, well into the series again because they're more gimmicky. I would like them to, but just I don't know. I'm not sure if they will or not. But I like Magnamalo. I like its variant a lot more. It's like its mastering fight. I'm a huge fan of that. That's what I'm wondering about about pop-up camps. Because technically there are no such things really. But there are established camps though that you can go to as well, like Wildspire Waste. There's like 4, I believe. There's 4 camps. Again, no Sacred. I gotta stop with the Sacred. I keep like contradicting myself immediately.
I've set a bomb. Bomb set.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that, but that's fine. It's fun. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check with how many camps are in this game, or that are in like world. So for example, the Ancient Forest. I think there's 4 camps. I'm only gonna use 4 camps. That's it. But I'm gonna place them strategically enough where like they're far enough. They're not kind of overlapping each other, kind of thing. We'll see. So Ancient Forest has Forest W. It's 4 camps. Yeah, Area 17. Okay. Yeah, so I can't do any more than like 2 or 3 maps. 2 or 3 camps at a time.
Nice work, Hunter. Let's return to base camp.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true again. That's true again.
I owe you, Hunter. Truly.
That might be the one thing I kind of have to. I realistically can't really skip out on.
Back to our camp in the forest. Hunter, borrow you a sec? Hey, have you been in here?
Yeah, so I think it might be a thing like that where I do kind of cheat a little bit, where I'll set up the camps and then I'll just pretend, hey guys, you were there the entire time, kind of thing. But yeah, I really want to see how far I can get along with this, cause like I think once I reach up to like the apexes like stuff, stuff like Arkveld, sorry, not Arkveld, Radow, Uthduna, Udra, stuff like that. I think it can be quite difficult to fight them without like, you know, any of these skills, but we'll see. Especially like Radow and stuff, like they're kind of made to be exploited with like these skills. But we shall see. What weapon? Alright, bro. I apologize. My stutter has been kind of crazy lately. I think, like, I don't know. I don't really know the science behind it. Like, I've never been to like a shrink or anything about it. But sometimes it's just kind of worse than other times. I'll be chilling, and other times I just can't talk. I sound like Kurt to Cowardly Dog. Kind of thing. I don't know. But what I was gonna ask though is, what weapon should I use next? I'm really down for anything. I know Arachid is gonna say Insect Glaive. I know he is. I know he is. But I'm down to try. I'm down for any weapon. So I personally am not a fan of pickles, but my dad, he's a huge fan of pickles. He likes anything pickles. From a jar, on a burger, fried, double fried. I'm sure if there's ever like a pickle pastry, he'd eat that as well. That's just the kind of guy he is. And I can respect it. Yup. I knew it. Just in case, I'm gonna upgrade both. Yeah, it has better sharpness for now. Gunlance. I have not touched Gunlance. I think a singular time. I don't think I've touched it a singular time. Here's I think what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit Charge Blade first, then hit up Gunlance. I don't think I've hit up Gunlance a single time. I'll be real with you. I've hit up Lance like 2 or 3 times, but Gunlance, I've not hit it up once.
Yep.
Kind of contradicted myself just now. I'm gonna try out Gunlance. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with him. I know for the most part you have to play pretty defensively. Like you can't be as aggressive with this. So we'll see how successful I am.
You know where to find me.
Oh, Switch Axe? Bro, on my other account, I've gone crazy on Switch Axe. Here, real quick. Let me just switch to my other account for a second. I'll show you. My first ever playthrough kind of thing. You know, the T-Dawg account we all know kind of thing. I have collected every Charge Blade, every Switch Axe, every Long Sword. I'm almost there with the Great Swords. So like I'm almost there when it comes to like a third of the weapons. Here, let me show you. Like we're getting there slowly, very slowly. Wherever my camp is at. Here we go.
I heard from the others.
Yeah, man, Gunlance is just one of the weapons I've not tried out at all. So like, So I've gotten these ones from like the Argosy. That's it. I have not touched them. But yeah, like Switch Axe, every single Switch Axe. I think I might be missing 2 or 3 Charge Blades. Long Swords, I think I have that maxed out as well. Great Swords, I think I'm pretty close. Almost there. So I'm getting there. Like here's my profile real quick. So that's kind of what we're looking at when it comes to, like, my weapon usage. Yeah, bro. I don't got a helmet on. My T-Dawg character looks like me for the most part. Like, I try to make it look like me as close as possible, or like my little character, my little guy. And so whenever my hair is short, I make my hair short. Whenever my hair is longer, I have my hair be longer, kind of thing. So this is kind of what we're looking at. 107 longsword, 72 when it comes to like assists weapons, 41 sword and shield, 54 as like my backup, 22 dual blades with like 31 being my backup, 21 hammer with my 45 being my backup, one horn, like 3 lance altogether. That's really it with that. 97 switch axe. So we're almost at 100. We're almost there. But yeah, that's my goal with like my main account. I want to have one of every weapon and armor in the game. Slowly but surely we're getting there. But when I'm telling you, I've spent millions of zenny. I've spent millions of zenny on this stuff. Millions and millions and millions of zenny. For all the armor, for all the weapons, for all that jazz. Oh man, I've spent so much money. Like, there would be days like my friend and I would do nothing but just hunt like raid owls and stuff. That way we can sell off all of his gems and just get like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $100,000, just like that, just to sell it, just to use it all up again immediately. Yeah, let's try the pop-up camp. That. Another thing I just thought of is that if the game places the camp as well, like for this one, I cannot touch it. Like, I can't remove it. It has to stay there. According to the plot, that one is necessary. So I think for that, that's what I'm gonna do. Can I like not climb on? Okay, never mind. I'm being kidnapped.
They're gathering honey.
I'm thinking about like fried foods now. Yeah, so I don't like fried pickles, but I like fried like mac and cheese. It might be kind of gross to some of you guys, but like fried mac and cheese bites are pretty good.
I was powerless to resist. Oh, but I was worried about our other supplies too. Look at that. They're everywhere.
What am I doing? Okay, just look around. Yeah, this was the stuff I didn't really enjoy. Just having to just like be led around. So I want to just run around and just hunt stuff, but I can't. Oh yeah, yeah. Fried cream corn. Ooh, sounds crazy.
Hey, look at them. They're foraging for mushrooms.
I don't know. The best way I would describe the way I eat in real life is I try to eat like a Monster Hunter character. I think playing the game for so long has has altered my diet. Like I mostly just eat like just proteins, and I eat proteins, fats, carbs, and it's pretty much that. Like, I need to eat more vegetables. I'll say that for a fact.
Oh, this is beautiful. Up, up, up. We climb up.
But I eat like I hunt monsters for a living.
You come too. You come too.
That's why it's important that I'm back at the gym now.
Go in here.
That way I don't just lose weight. I mean, I don't just gain weight like that.
I mean,
Cause I mean, like I'm not like skinny. I'm also not like fat either. Like right now I'm like 200. That's how much I weigh. Roughly. With like water weight, I fluctuate to like 195 or whatever. But I used to be heavier. Sometimes I'm bigger, sometimes I'm smaller. Like, I like the like half the year I'll be skinny, other half the year I'll be pretty big.
Pink fur. You
Hamburgers with cocktail sauce. My dad likes cocktail sauce a lot. I don't think I've ever tried one though. I'll have to try it out. My favorite One Piece character.
Eric mentioned
Favorite One Piece character. That's really tough, dude. I like most One Piece characters. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys that are just like Law. It's like my favorite. But I really like Law. I really like Kuma. Ever since like the background, ever since like his like backstory got updated. Kuma. I really like Luffy too. But my favorite all-time character, like if one were to die tomorrow, I would be most upset if Zoro died. Or something like that. Like Zoro, I would say it's probably like my favorite character. I think Zoro, if let's say like Luffy wasn't the main character, he would have been the main character for sure. But with that being said, I feel like most One Piece characters could have their own series. Pistol or Sword and Shield? Important second choice. Pistol or Sword and Shield? If you don't mind me asking, like in what context? Like in this game, or like if I had to like defend myself or whatever in real life? Probably just a pistol. Right, I'm an American. I've shot guns before. Like I'm gonna own some guns at some point, but I wouldn't. Oh, it would be pretty cool if I could like wield a sword and shield in real life and like be confident with it. Like I like weapons and stuff like that. They're like medieval kind of weapons, like your classic melee weapons throughout history and stuff. I just like history in general. Login reward for Warframe. Pistol then. Most prison toy name. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. Kuma is Japanese for bear. 300 days? Is that like real life days? Or is that just like fictional days? Like in Monster Hunter, you go through a day every like hour or two. 300 days is crazy. How do you use the gun? Oh, right click. Okay. That's not a lot of damage. Like on my car, I have like I have the Jolly Roger. like the Sunny and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I like most of One Piece characters. Like they kind of put it into perspective. I watched Tekken 101. Like I've been watching this guy for like 7 years. How do I? Okay, so it's somewhat like Target. Okay. And I think you can find some inspiration, kind of how like how I kind of run my channel as well. Kind of just talk, kind of just speculate, kind of just have fun with like what I do, kind of thing. I don't take it very seriously if I can help it. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, 300 real life days. Oh man, I think with how little I know about Warframe, I don't want to like give you like a bad decision, you know. I don't want to like make you lose out on cool loot, but if you really do trust my Warframe opinion, I would say a gun. But again, don't screw yourself just because of my opinion. I know nothing about Warframe. I have several friends who play it, but I don't know. I just never actually like initiated it. I didn't know he did that. Bro, that's fucking nasty, bro. What a piece of shit. Is this the first game where you can actually move forward and shoot with your gun lance? I didn't think you could do that. Because if so, I might have to change how I play gun lance. This actually isn't bad at all. This is pretty fun. You're both okay weapons? Okay. Then yeah. Stick with the gun. You're okay with my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of really all I'm doing right now. I'm playing this. I'm gonna try this series out, see how far along I get with it. I have. Oh yeah, I can't get everything that I need from my sacred. So like I can't get deodorant or anything. That's interesting. Okay. That changes everything. Yeah, I can't. If I want to like capture a monster, I need to like use my own materials. But there's no more like item boxes anymore. Like for at least when you're in the field, kind of thing. So I just have to either stick with camps or just bring my own stuff. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So I have that. Then I'm playing 3U right now. I want to make another video on Chris, like kind of like prepping up to the fight, kind of thing. Kind of like a Rocky Balboa, kind of like a montage kind of thing. I was like debating on if I want to stream it, but yeah, Mushroom Mancer and Divine Protection. Yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to invest into, because you can like eat mushrooms and stuff, right? Then like Divine Protection, you can just like not die. So yeah, see, this is really nice. I like that. They made a Minecraft movie. It's pure purity nightmare. So from what I've heard about the Minecraft movie, I mean I haven't seen it yet. I don't think I really will. Like my brother isn't like a kid. He's like 16. So I don't think he'll really care. Oh yeah, I can't knock it down. From what I hear, it's like the fans like it a lot. Critics don't like it. But it's made like over $100 million, I think, already. In like 4 days it's come out. So I mean, it's pretty successful. But I don't think personally, like, I'm gonna watch it. It's just not really my cup of tea, kind of thing. But if anyone does watch it, you know, let me know what you think about it. Maybe I'll check it out one day. Let's stone up real quick. Like, I know there's like people were talking about like chicken jockeys or whatever, and like Flint and Steel, and like I Am Steve and all that fun stuff. There we go. There we go. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. I really miss focus mode though. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really miss focus mode. It was nice, fun, simplistic. But yeah, I guess I don't know. You just kind of miss things, new things that are implemented. Like I was playing 3U again, like the Geiger's thing, and I had people. Like during my last like Geiger's video, I had some people like kind of bring up the argument that like, hey, combat, like underwater combat in 3U is very like gimmicky. It's very stiff, like that. And playing 3U, bro, I think a lot of people kind of just view the old games through like rose-tinted glasses. Everything is just stiff. Again, this is a game on a 3DS. It's 2 gigabytes in size. It's not gonna be the most in-depth thing in the world. But I don't know, I think it's just like a recency bias thing, where due to the age of a game kind of thing, it kind of dictates how people are going to kind of view it. I mean, it's, you know, objectively a fun game. Like, it's my first ever Monster Hunter game. It's really fun, but everything in that game is clunky. Everything is slow. You just get hit by random BS all the time. But that's just kind of like its charm as well. That's why, like, whenever I was playing this game originally, like with like my original playthroughs and like my streams and stuff, I was kind of complaining about how easy the game was, but then I quickly took it back once I kind of like thought about the perspective of it. Where this game is really easy because of the things that you're given, but let's say like you're not as experienced with the series as someone like a lot of veterans are and stuff, it's not going to be as easy as someone, you know, who's played the series for years kind of thing. So it's the same thing with like 3U, where like it's objectively harder just because of how clunky the game is as a whole, but you just kind of get used to it and stuff like that. It's not bad at all. You kind of understand things. The game kind of has a little bit more personality to that, in my opinion. I forgot you could do this. Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I never played Freedom. I would like to at some point. I'm not sure, is that the same thing as Freedom Unite, or those two separate games? Like, is it Freedom then Freedom Unite? There's like freedom. There's like freedom. There's like frontier. There's like a double cross kind of thing. There's like tons of different Monster Hunter variants. Like for example, just like three exactly. For example, there's three. Then there's try. There's three ultimate. Then there's four ultimate. Yeah, there's just so many Monster Hunter games out there. I just wish that, like, I'm trying to be more social and stuff, like my new job and stuff. I'm trying to go out more. I'm trying to have a healthier social life. So I want to try to meet new friends and stuff. Maybe haven't played Monster Hunter. And have this be like their first game, and kind of see what they think, kind of thing.
I heard all about your great exploitations in driving off the Pink Menace.
Because, you know, while obviously we have our own opinions and stuff, and I have my own opinions and stuff, I feel like it's not truly fair for me to dictate how easy a game is without consulting with someone who this is their first game. Maybe you don't play games like this, whatever. Maybe they go from like FPSs to this or something, you know. Then with that, I'll be able to kind of take both of our experiences and kind of get like something truly informal from the both of our experiences.
Until our next wheelings and dealings.
Oh, Gobel? Yeah, I was fighting Gobel the other day.
So, the Doshakama must be traveling
Yeah,
in a pack.
I could kind of see how people could complain about Gobel a lot. That game is very, I mean, that one fight is, you hit, you get hit, you hit, you get hit. It's very back and forth.
Yeah. Let's
Just with kind of with how the mechanics are of the game and stuff. But it gave it a lot of charm. Zaire, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, I'm not gonna be much farther behind you. We're ending off today at 10. I am gonna have to get off a little bit earlier today. Yeah, my friend, it's been a pleasure. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I'm gonna stream again. I think either Friday or Saturday. But I'll make a post about it just so you guys know about it.
I don't suppose it would hurt to see what people need while we continue our Doshakama investigation.
Well, it's not a thing where it's like, it's because I've seen the games change. Again, like I started with 3, then 4, then Generations, then World, then Rise, and Wild kind of thing. I've played like, what, 5, 6 games in the series at this point. But it's just that because I've had such like an innate knowledge of like the core mechanics of the game, you know, we all have, if you've been a veteran or not, you know, you understand how Monster Hunter works. And because of that, just getting off, like, just right off the bat, it's gonna be easier for you. And so that's kind of why I want to really consult with someone who hasn't played the series at all, kind of thing. You know, that way it's a brand new, fresh perspective, kind of thing. There's no biases at all. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no comparing or contrasting. It's just, hey, this is just a raw opinion. And I think that's the best opinion, is a raw opinion. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with like you know how you look at any kind of news source or anything. There's all like or something like some like new story breaks. You always ideally want to look at multiple sources for things. Same concept applies, in my opinion. Where it's like I have my internal biases about the series and then about the game franchise as a whole and stuff. So if I want to truly have a fair opinion, I needed to assess all the different variables.
What are we making today?
I don't know. That just sounds like a lot of blabbering now that I'm thinking about it. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. I try to look at all perspectives for everything. Yeah. But I would like to stream the older games again at some point. But it's just like, unfortunately, whenever I do a poll, I'm like, hey guys, what games do you want to see? Wilds always wins, kind of thing. So it's somewhat unfortunate. Like, I want to stream these other games, so I think at some point I might just say screw it and just do it anyway. Like, I haven't played For You since the last time we all played together. So like, at like what? That was like a month ago, maybe. Valorant was fun. I need to actually learn the mechanics of it. I feel like I wasn't doing as much damage as I could have, but it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It was more enjoyable than I remember it being in World, which could be because I'm not using it as strictly as World was. I'll kind of have to like tinker around with that, but it's a pretty solid experience. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't as boring as like I remember it being as a kid. I was like playing like 4, stuff like that. You're like, ugh, Lance. I don't know. I kind of hope this kind of gives like my perspective on things. I try to be, I don't know. Whenever I talk about it, I just imagine I have like a big head as I describe it, kind of thing. But I just always try to get as much knowledge about everything before I concretely like say something. It's just kind of what I was taught growing up, kind of thing. Like my dad, he always taught me growing up, like, it's easy to have an opinion, but it takes effort to have an informed opinion. You know? Yeah, just food for thought. Just let me know. I could just be crazy talk. It could be something. Who knows? Where do I get sharp things again? I think that's from the Wild Inspire. Windward. I appreciate it, Sam Brown. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like in today's world, with just how extreme it seems like everything is, that's why it's really important to kind of be able to slow down, be able to collect your thoughts, be able to really experience things through your own eyes, because this is our one life now. I don't want to get like all philosophical on you guys and sound like I'm a huge know-it-all, but we only have this one life that we know for certain. And so, with the time that I have, I'm just doing my own thing, chilling. I want to make sure that make sure I'm as happy as can be, as I'm as informed as I can be. I gotta I can't be afraid to slow down and kind of look at everything from every angle. Oh yeah, I can't use focus mode. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna make charge blades so much difficult to use. Oh no. We'll figure it out. We'll be fine. We'll be fine with it. I can't cheese it as much as I used to. know, that's kind of something I do with like my channel as well. Like that's why I'm always promoting like critical thinking and stuff like that. And like, you know, if you guys disagree with me about anything I say, you know, just let me know. I don't want to have like an echo chamber. You know, I just want to be able to freely be able to discuss topics and stuff like that. Because you'll really only be able to learn things through discussion, through delegation, through debate. Very rarely, people who have good intentions don't lie. They just know what they just repeat what they know. And if we both know two different things, by discussing it, we might be able to come to some kind of agreement in the middle. That is probably most likely closer to the truth than anything that we initially thought. There we go. Oh no, oh no. Let's maybe not die. Appreciate it. Not beef. Clark, appreciate it, Clark Kent. Gotta say, without focus mode, it's kind of difficult when you use charging. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Might be struggling just the tiniest bit. Yeah, sorry. That conversation went kind of weird. I apologize. I kind of sometimes just go on tangents about stuff. I've thought about stuff like that. Like, ideally, if I could have, like, there are only 24 hours in a day. If I could be like Batman and not be able to sleep ever, really, I could get so much stuff done. I could have like 4 channels running simultaneously. I could have like an online business kind of thing. But I don't think here I will. But you know, hit me up on Instagram. We've talked before. I'd be down to talk about it, or like maybe sometime on like my second channel. I don't know. I'm just a nerd about a little bit of everything. Like science, philosophy, architecture, history, gaming. I don't know. I just like learning about everything. Like, I'm sure you guys have guessed this before. I'm sure this isn't very much of a surprise. But I am a single man. Okay? It's just because, like, I think for the longest time, I just kind of just focused on just like my own like things, like all the things I wanted to learn and stuff like that. So I wasn't like, I never like talked to girls during high school, stuff like that. Never went to parties or anything. I wasn't like an A plus like straight student either. I had like B's and C's and stuff, sometimes D's, but I just liked the things that I liked, and I really excelled in those things. Then things that I didn't really interest me as a whole. I just tended to just, I realize now in retrospect, I should have paid more attention to things I didn't care about, like math, stuff like that. Like physical activities, clubs, stuff like that. But I think because I didn't really focus on these things, that's kind of why I like to think something mind to my things. But Rajang would not one punch every Elder Dragon. Oh no, there's no way. No. I think generally most people understand that Rajang is just a monkey. Like, that can punch pretty hard. But I have seen online, for real, that there's people who've been like, oh yeah, Rajang is it could beat Kushala de War and stuff like that. It could beat Gigante, and I'm like, no. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense at all. But okay, you do you, boo. Yeah, I think it's a thing where I think it's just the dichotomy of that. Rajang purposely hunts Kirin for their abilities to get stronger, but I don't think Rajang can really beat any other Elder Dragon that has like limbs, at least, you know. Like, it could maybe beat like maybe a Teostra, maybe, or maybe not beat it, kind of even out, tie, kind of have a tie, just because for the most part, if you're on the same level when it comes to like monsters and stuff, the monster that has like the more mobility, the more of an ability to grab things, be able to like grapple things, is very important. But we'll see. It's like Rajang versus a Jarikin. I would have no idea, bro. I would have no idea. I think it really depends on like context and like what they're fighting about, kind of thing.
Got a sec? Yep. Anything catch your eye?
I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who would win in a fight, Rajang or a Jarikin? Because I feel like Rajang would win. I don't think it'd be a super easy fight. Like, I don't think it'd be a sweep. I think it'd be a pretty tough like scrap. It'd most likely grapple and stuff like that, and just like with Rajang being really hot. No, sorry, with Rajang. Well, hold up. Oh no, I gotta cut the stream off. All right. Yup. Yeah. Yup. See you guys. Nah. I'm playing. Now with a Jarikin being like hot and being based off like liquid, and that's harder. Yeah, like liquid metal and stuff like that, and like lava and stuff. It would hurt Rajang a lot, but Rajang does also shoot off like electricity bolts as well. And so, who's to say? I think it'd be a pretty even match. But I think maybe Rajang might I don't know, come out on top just a little bit. Do I like sci-fi or fantasy more? Oh man, I like probably fantasy more. While I like things like Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, I like all those. I like Warhammer 40k. I'm getting into that. I like things like that. I think fantasy, just because it's more grounded. A lot of our history and stuff is based off of things in history, like in fantasy. Fantasy is based off stuff in our real life. I think it's closer to home for me. So I think it just has a little bit more of an edge. I like more. Like, I want to play like Kingdom Come Deliverance. I want to play stuff like that. Like more like medieval games. I like D&D. Like, I had a whole thing about like knighthood, stuff like that, and like dragons and things. I had a whole campaign about that. Some of you know about that, some of you don't, kind of thing. That was on my last stream I had. But I think fantasy, just because there's more that relates to me personally with like my interests. But I like sci-fi a lot. Okay, yeah. What weapon should I do next? So we did charge blade, we did switch axe, I mean charge blade, gun lance. Just for the fun of it, let's hit up some longsword.
What are we making today?
But what about you guys? Do you guys, what's your favorite genre of like book, movie, game kind of thing? Yeah, that was the reason why I almost turned off the stream. It was nothing that I said. Totally nothing that I said. Accidentally. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, let's get this going. I've just been kinda screwing around. Alright, so head to the forest base camp. Okay. Wait. Isn't this the base camp? Yeah, here we go. Okay, it finally showed up. Yeah. Let's do this. Like, T-Dawg? I got T-Dawg from a coworker of mine. So, like, one of my old pharmacists. Coincidentally, his name was Hunter as well. He used to call me T-Dawg. So, eventually, I just ended up changing my name to T-Dawg on, like, my socials and stuff. So, like, my previous name, if you see any of, like, my old, like, Monster Hunter World gameplay and stuff like that, my old name used to be, like, Teevo, T-E-E-V-O-E. Similar thing, I had a friend that I went to high school with, called me Teevo. So, I kind of went by that for a little bit, but I ended up not doing anything with that name, and so that's kind of why, just kind of like a relic of the past kind of thing.
What are these weapons we carry for? It's an answer.
We should hurry.
What are you doing here? It's nearly Santide. You should take shelter somewhere safe.
Sai, listen to me. The Doshagama have formed a pack, and we think they're heading to your village.
So you don't like grimdark or romance? I like both of those.
There's no time.
What is my least favorite genre of anything?
Doshagama.
This is serious. You've got to believe us. The Oasis.
My least favorite,
Be careful out there, Hunter.
this might be a cop-out, is like just purely informational things. Like, if you were to throw down a book of like the Byzantine Empire, right, and like its history, but it was nothing but like just words for like 500 pages, I would be bored out of my mind. But if it was something like a YouTube video or like a podcast or something with like, or has more personality to it, has more like comedy or something, it's like and I'll like listen to that entire thing. I'll watch that entire video, right?
It must be the monsters we
But
saw
I
with
think,
Sandship. The
I don't know.
Bombardier.
I think it really just depends on the medium.
I'll take these two back to
Like
the
a lot of
village.
the issues
You'll
that I
find
have
the
with something that
Oasis.
does bore me,
On it.
guarantee you on the internet, someone has done something with it that makes it good in your eyes. Like that will kind of click the switch in your head, and then you're just like, all right, bet this is cool. Sci-fi, fiction, or horror? Oh, and horror. And horror. You know what? I don't like horror stuff. I'll say that.
Be careful.
I'm not a horror guy at all. I do not like getting scared. I don't like it whatsoever. Not a fan, never have been a fan. No, thank you.
We can make it to the rocks, we may lose them. Oh no! Quicksand!
I hate getting scared. Like my friends and I would like play like horror games in high school and like right after graduation, like Phasmophobia,
You okay?
stuff like
Are you
that.
hurt?
See, Phasmophobia. I think
Let's get
Deceit
away
was
from
another
here.
one. Bigfoot.
Picked up our scent.
I'll handle it.
Hunt
You
Hunt
find
Showdown.
someplace safe.
Actually, I like Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown's pretty good. Like Outlast, or like In Silence. No, thank you. No way. No way. I cannot do it. I can't do it, bro. Being scared, I just can't do it. I think people like horror stuff because like a thrill. I don't feel like a thrill. I just feel like I don't know. I just don't like it. I think anytime I get scared, like my fight or flight like kind of goes off. And I think it's just that. I think it's just the idea of like not being in like control of like my emotions, or, like just like my body for a split second. I think I just don't like stuff like that. You know, like whenever you're scared, you kind of jerk back, you kind of like jump. I just don't like stuff like that. Or like just like anxiety, like the anxiety that you feel from like a horror movie or like a horror game, like the dread. Ugh, I can't do it, bro. I can't. Like I'll never claim I'm like a super strong man. You know, I'm like super, like I'm like a manly man kind of thing. Like, I can do this, and that. I never scared. Red blood American kind of thing, right? Like that's like the one thing like I just can't do. Like, I can deal with most things in life, but just being scared, I hate it. It's a very primal fear that I have that I don't think I'll pretty much ever be able to overcome. Like, if you guys have ever watched, like, Supernatural, there are, like, certain, like certain entities in that show that will, like, feed off of fear. And knowing me, I would die immediately. Because I hate being scared. I hate it. I'm not good at hiding it. I'm not good at pretending that I'm not scared when I am. It's just, I just can't do it. Like, if you check out, like, my oldest videos, like my very first video, like I hate scary games, you'll see why. Like I can't do it.
Where's Alto?
Safe. He's taking cover.
Good. Now,
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I think it's also like based off like childhood like drama, like traumas and stuff as well. Like whatever thing, like we all have bad things that happen in our life that kind of influence like the way that we think, the way that we react to things. And I think like horror is just one of those things that's just so ingrained like in us, that's just so just raw, that it's just like I probably never had an outlet where I could really experiment with it in a healthy way, you know. And if I'm just kind of just like thinking about it from like my own like life. Like for example, I really do not like spiders in real life. Like I cannot deal with spiders. Like I can kill spiders in games and stuff. I can watch them in movies for the most part, being completely fine. But spider in real life, I just can't do it, bro. Like I've had a bad history with spiders. Like when I was younger, like my mom got bit by a spider once, like in her neck while sleeping, like a wolf spider. And that, nope, sorry, no sacred. I got distracted, and that was crazy. She got bit, and like her neck was all swollen and stuff like that. We had to go to like the hospital and stuff like that. And then in Arkansas, where I'm from initially, there are like black widows and stuff. And so there have been times where I've almost been bitten by like black widows as like 5-year-old, 6-year-old kind of thing. And yeah, it just wasn't cool, bro. It wasn't cool at all. Anyone who does like spiders, anyone who does like get scared, 100%. Okay, I'll be down in a little bit, Mom. Sorry, I'm off. No, bro. Bites from spiders just don't jive with me. I'll let that be known. Like arachnid, you're cool. You know, you're the only spider that I'll do. But anything in real life, it's just I can't. Not for me, bro. Throughout history and stuff, like spiders have always been kind of known as like weird, almost alien-like creatures. Like even the way that their bodies like operate is different than most things. Like their muscles work on like hydraulics instead, and it's just like that is just so interesting. It's more mechanic than almost like natural. At least when it comes to that aspect. Stuff with like Greek mythology and stuff like that with spiders. I don't know. Hope that as I get older, maybe I can kind of like get over that potentially. I can have like a healthier relationship with like spiders and stuff. I just know as of right now, it's probably like my biggest flaw, the thing I'm scared of the most. I did it again. I went on like a giant, it's like, tirade. I gotta get better at that. Sorry, I'm texting him right now. Alright, we're good. Best kind of monster or beast girl. Oh man. This is a topic, alright. Not a bad topic. But I have to think about it though. Oh, I cheated just now. I cheated, admittedly. I did. I focused mode for a second. I'm just used to doing that. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'll hit you up. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys have ever watched the channel Lost Pause. Like, he used to be a lot bigger back in the day, like in the mid 2010s, early 2010s. And he used to cover like a lot of like anime, like sort of like visual novels and stuff. And so I will just say, I will just say, right? Not me. This is not like real life Trevor, real life T-Dawg, right? This is little T-Dawg here, the little guy in the corner. This is what he's saying, not me, the real life guy. In theory, he would like probably like fox girls, then probably like snakes as well, like llamas. Hellhounds. If you know, you know. Let's see. Probably like Neckos, like girls, like cat girls, whatever.
Thank the winds.
Then
That
probably
was nearly the end of me. I owe you my life.
maybe like octopus or something, right? Which is might sound kind of crazy,
Hunter. Oh,
but I like the idea of like
Risotto.
someone who,
Besides that the elders
not
was
me
trying to
again,
convince
little
him.
T-Dawg. Like the idea of someone who is like able to do a lot at once when it comes to just like in life, around the house kind of thing.
Zato.
Again, not
Just
the
what I
real
was
life
looking
person,
for.
the fictional thing.
Isai here says that a pack of Doshaguma is closing in on the village.
Sunbrown, we kind of went back into territory that happened yesterday. I mean, last stream. So we kind of went back into that territory. Okay. We're just exposing little T-Dawg again, and just exposing whatever degeneracy that he's involved.
Let's go.
Again, not me. I'm just the producer, okay? He's the real life actor. I'm just the guy playing another guy. He's playing another guy. What's happening? Hello? I can't move. There we go.
The sacred will take it.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
We're counting on you.
Yeah, like little cartoon guy. He's interesting.
Yeah, let's give him
He's
a
very
headache.
interesting. Oh.
Don't lose them.
Me, I'm as straight-laced as they come. Okay? I'm just a regular old American guy.
They seem pretty
T-Dawg,
well.
look, we have to give him some slack, okay? He works in an intergalactic gas station. He's the only human around, okay? For light years away. Everyone else is in a whole different galaxy, pretty much, whole different sector of
The one that's
space,
larger
okay?
than the rest is their alpha.
So,
If we
being
take
by
down
yourself with
the alpha,
aliens all the
the pack
time
should disperse.
will kind of mess with your perspective on things, dog. I will just say, for him in his defense.
Attack the alpha and get its attention.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
But yeah, you have to show T-Dawg some slack, okay?
The sandstorm.
If he was with regular humans, and he was in a in a human environment, he'd probably be a lot more normal. But because he's in the little sector of space that he's in, he, let's just say his mind has been opened to a lot of other earthly things.
The code authorizes you to hunt the Alpha Doshagama and restore peace to Knappa village.
Sorry, no sacred. Wait, what'd you fall down from? What do you fall down from? I don't think that tail was connected. As his manager, I'll have to check in on little T-Dawg, see what exactly he knows. I'm sure he's something. I'll tell you that. Makes it very interesting to manage him. What's this guy keep falling down from? Oh, sand dunes. Okay, I think. Yeah, like old T-Dawg, you have to. He's one of those cases where you just have to just say like God bless you, stuff like that, and just kind of just hope the best for him. Like, I would just say, this is the last thing I comment on as his manager. Just to be safe, okay? Whenever T-Dawg was playing Baldur's Gate 3, his favorite companion was Carla. That's all I will say. Nothing more, nothing less. Sorry, bro. For 1 second. I'll read the comments in a second. Now, I was hoping I didn't have to fight this Shagama, but kind of getting railroaded into it again. It's down bad. Not ashamed to say that I'm down bad. Hey, you know, live your life with pride. You know what I'm saying? Is Free Dog attracted to the monsters? I don't know personally. I don't think he's that far gone. But I think like if an alien chick was like, hey, you know, what's up? I think he'd be reciprocal. It's not like there's any other humans around him. Sizzling you fire like a fried steak on Black Friday sales event on cheap. It kind of reminds me of what's your face from Adventure Time, Fire Princess or whatever. Is that? No, okay, that I can't. That's because I'm shooting. I'm shooting the slinger. I'm not actually collecting stuff. Now, the Shagama is just one of those fights that I don't really like doing, truthfully. Like, it's not bad. It's just like, I don't know. I'd rather fight other things. then fight Dishag. He's not a bad monster or anything, but I don't know. I just don't enjoy it as much as other ones. I think maybe because I can't cheese it as easily, maybe. That could be it. Who knows? See, Brackton? I read out all the comments. I got you, bro. I'm just trying to get this hunt done as soon as possible. He's slow but violent. We gotta talk after stream sometime, my friend. We have to talk. We have to talk after stream sometime. Just kind of checking on you, make sure you're okay. I'm here for you, my friend. I'm here for you. I'm just gonna touch base, make sure everything's okay. But that goes for everybody. If you ever have any issues or anything, let me know. We can talk about it. As long as I'm qualified. If something like crazy, I don't know. Might not be able to help with that. But I can at least maybe help you, give you resources potentially. That's kind of what I do. Job is. I thought I had that.
Lightning has ramped up. Might be able to use them as a trap.
Ooh, 2 for 1? Yeah. Shogama or his ice? Oh, Gossarag? Yeah, I would like Gossarag to come back. I'm not sure if it ever will, but I like Gossarag as a monster. It's really cool. It is such a cool concept. I remember I had to enunciate better, that whenever this game was first announced, first teased, people were like, oh yeah, it looks like there's a pack of Gossarags, but they're just like desert variants. We know the truth now. They were, in fact, not Gossarags. Here, I apologize. Can you give me, 1 second? 1 moment. I'm almost done with this hunt. I just gotta do one thing. Just give me 1 second. It'd be 15 seconds tops, I promise you. I'm just gonna mute. I'm back. Here we go. My apologies. But yeah, look, I never said that I agreed with him with the whole like gas rag to Shaguma thing. Like you look at like rage gaming videos, like their stuff around the time. It's like, oh my god, guys, look at this! It's a pack. What looks like Gus Horags, but maybe the cousins. It's just like, okay, whatever. That's kind of when I went and said, you know what? Maybe I just don't watch your channel anymore. Yeah, that's kind of why, like, I want to do my best to try to be, well, again, I don't want to be, like, a super big channel, but I want to, like, kind of change how Monster Hunter YouTube is for the most part. But again, like, there's only, like, so many personalities that actually see it, kind of thing. And unfortunately, the biggest one that gets the most views is, in my opinion, the worst one. Where, like, I don't know, it just feels outdated. Like, the channel kind of never left, like 2013, 2014, 2015. Back when like 3, 4, like generations were really big. And I think they had the perfect example. Like, they had the perfect time to kind of leave Monster Hunter to do Elden Ring. Because like those are like the most popular videos I think on the entire channel, the Elden Ring. But I don't know. I could just be a hater, you know what I mean? But I used to be a really big fan of their work. It just feels just kind of like kind of outdated. I wish Green was here. He knows more about it. God damn, I should have paid way more attention. I also probably should have ate too. Well, I mean, the worst for like Monster Hunter, right? If you want to talk like the worst of the worst channels, we could have an entire like 4-hour conversation about the worst of the worst channels back then. Because like I remember back when like J Station was on the channel, was on the platform, and like he like faked like his girlfriend's death and all that crazy stuff, and be like, oh my god, guys, 3 AM videos, and like just the dumbest stuff about like when people would die, he would like post a video like contacting them on like the Ouija board like an hour after they died. It'd be like immediately, and like I guess you could argue it's a thing with like how like sensitive people are or whatever. It's like if someone's like still kind of fresh, but that's like kind of crazy. Making a video about them, like in stuff like that. I think his name was Jinx as well. Like, I wasn't a fan of Jinx back in the day. He was like an old school commentary channel back in like 2017, 2016, 2017. And then I feel like it was kind of the beginning of like the end when it comes to like a lot of like fair use conversations and stuff. Because sure, he left, but since then, like, it's just kind of like an ingrained thing now. Unfortunately, people can kind of just like steal content and be completely fine for the most part. Like, again, like, check out like Jack's Films, his channel. He covers stuff like that all the time with like people stealing like content and stuff like that. He's been doing that for years now. He's been fighting that good fight. But
Now that the pack is dispersed, we should return to Kanafa.
no, okay, no, I don't. Can I? Wait. Hello? Are you forcing me to get on it? Oh my god, bro! It's forcing me. I can't not get off of it. Yeah, see? Wow. What garbage, bro.
Oh, wow.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You're just not allowed to do what you want to do.
The wind's gasp is breathtaking sight, no matter how many times I look at it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Something about it just grabs me.
Yep.
Didn't we see those birds in the forest? And now they're nesting here.
Yeah, that's cool.
I see the Delthodons have new mini-sized additions to their herd.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna switch screens now. I'm not gonna have you guys just watch me just get dragged along. Just garbage. Check this out. Hold up. Copy. Put that here. No. I'm trying to have my little guy doing his thing. See? Yeah, there we go. It's not perfect. Not perfect at all. But that's this for now. Actually, I'll just put him right here. He's in front of the counter. Okay. But yeah, we had a good 3-hour stream, give or take. 3 hours and like 10 minutes. Sorry, I was gone for a few minutes. I had to talk to my mom. She's currently sick right now, so I'm just kind of checking on her, making sure she's okay. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna try to finish this video tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to stay up all night, finish it tonight. Have it done like tomorrow morning, kind of thing. And I'm gonna stream Saturday. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna check out what that one message was about from earlier about the Discord thing. I am just kind of curious though. That I don't know. Just like with Discord, you never know. So we shall see with that. I'd rather be like optimistically like over cautious, and then you know what I mean. Especially if there's anything about like clicking on a link, nobody. But we'll see. We'll see though. Shall see. I'm just adding it in. Who knows? This might be my last ever stream. All my accounts get compromised. Who knows? But yeah. We'll see you gamers, and then catch you next time.